Welcome to Dave's Cooking Show, and for you today we have a nice bourbon spaghetti. Alright, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta start cooking up about a half a pound of bacon that we've chopped up into bite-sized pieces. And then you want to add a pound of ground Italian sausage, and you just want to cook these up. And when they're cooked, remove them from the pot here, but do not clean out the pot. You want the lovely fond that is forming on the bottom. Okay, the meat's been cooked and been drained. Time to get that lovely fond off the bottom of the pot. Basically all those little meat bits that are stuck. So you basically want to take 2 shots of bourbon of your choice, and you want to put that in a pot and let that sit there for a minute and get all that wonderfulness up. I like to point out that you can deglaze a pan with anything. Wine, whiskey, whatever. I just think alcohol does a better job. That's just my opinion. By the way, that was 2 28-ounce cans of San Marzano tomatoes that I blended up in the blender, obviously. Like I said, I just think that alcohol does a better job of deglazing, but you can literally deglaze with anything. And then you want to add about 2 teaspoons of tomato paste to this. And then you want to add about 4 cloves of minced garlic. Alright, let's move on to the spices for the sauce. We got about a half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Wonderful little licorice flavor there. About a teaspoon of black pepper. And then a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then you want a teaspoon of basil. Remember, these measurements are used for dry herbs. If you're using fresh herbs, then just double. Instead of 1 teaspoon, go to 2 teaspoons. Because dried herbs are twice as powerful as fresh herbs. And, of course, a little bit of salt. Salt to taste. Remember, be careful with the salt because the tomato sauce is pretty salty on its own. And then you just want to give this a stir around and let this incorporate. And basically, this is going to be beginning the simmering process of 30 minutes. And then add the meats back and give them a stir around and let them get incorporated. And again, now we basically begin the process of simmering this for about 30 minutes or so. This is what you're looking for. So again, simmer, stir occasionally, 30 minutes or more. And before it gets too far in, don't forget to add a bay leaf. And once you get about 5 minutes before you're going to serve this up, add the pasta, take the bay leaf out. Remember, we don't want to eat a bay leaf. It's just there for flavoring. Okay, now we're going to make up some garlic butter. So about a stick of butter and about 2 cloves of garlic that we've minced up. Then you just want to take a spoon and start working these two together. Should be looking something like that when you're done. All right, let's quickly make the garlic bread. Okay, so this is really simple. I just took a couple of French baguettes I picked up at the bakery, sliced them in half, and I'm now just adding the butter to them. Any bread would do. Texas toast would be fine. Loaf of Italian bread or French bread or whatever. Basically any bread would work. And just gonna spread a generous amount of butter on this bread, and then pop it in the oven that should be at 400 degrees till the butter melts and it gets kind of toasty. About 5-10 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, because again, everybody's baking times are different depending on where you live. Just keep an eye on it. You want it kind of golden, little golden brown. But all right, let's move on to assembly. Okie dokie. Now it's time to add our spaghetti, which is 1 pound, to the pot. This recipe, you could also keep the sauce and the pasta separate. I just decided to combine them. So, just keep stirring this around till everything is all coated, and we should be ready to plate up here in a minute, because I think our bread's done as well. Okie dokie. Got our nice portion of bourbon spaghetti there, sauce and all, and 2 pieces of the toasted garlic bread, and that's really it. Bourbon spaghetti. Done.